Hello, and welcome back to my table. Last time I was here, I drank a bunch of hot sauce. Today, if you can see what I have in my hand, and if you read the title of the video, I'm going to be talking about the SNES cartridge. If you don't know what an SNES is, it stands for Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Like me, you haven't grown up with one. You've probably grown up with maybe PlayStation, Xbox, or later Nintendo consoles like the Wii or Wii U. But recently, in the past couple months, I've taken an interest into these older systems I didn't get a chance to grow up with. I've taken an interest in the Commodore 64 and Super Nintendo, the original Nintendo, Sega Genesis, Atari 2600, that type of stuff. Today I'm going to be talking about my thoughts on the SNES cartridge. Now, let me bring this closer. Right here, you can see I have a Super Mario Kart cartridge. It's a bit blurry. There we go. So here we have. First of all, I like the design of these cartridges. I like the sort of almost 80s feel. I like the design of the cartridge. All right. It just looks like something that you would stick into like a futuristic computer, and you would get like information. It looks like a Star Trek type thing. So this is my father's. He had this as a kid. Super Mario Kart itself is not one of my favorite games, so I'm not going to be talking about that. I'm going to be talking about the cartridge. So right up here you have the label, and it looks like this is Nintendo's Player's Choice. I'm not too familiar with the Player's Choice. What I can get from it is after a game being on store shelves for a couple years, Nintendo will be like, "Oh, hey, check this out! It's Player's Choice," and they'll drop the prices a lot. Right here, we the entire cartridge is split into two parts, front and back, and inside it holds all the data inside it, the boards. I'm not a professional. I'm just a gamer talking about this. One thing I will say about this is that it feels cheaply made. It's very flimsy. If you tap it, you can hear the circuit boards in there all hitting together. Another thing is the shape of it. While I like the design, it does take up a lot of dust. As you can see, there's a bunch of dust in here. It's not too bad. Picking it up will probably get rid of a lot of it, but you will have to take your fingernail and scrape it off. Back here, interestingly enough, it gives you instructions on how to insert the cartridge, and the sticker's kind of denting, but yeah. And on the back you have the Nintendo logo. So now on the bottom, this is where the cartridge will go. So right here I have an SNES Mini. This is not regular sized SNES, and I will talk about this later. But you see, you have a design here. This is on a real SNES. This is where the cartridge would go. And now, the SNES Mini is about the same size as a regular cartridge. But normally the cartridge would go in here. You might have to like smack it in. And then it would read it, and then the game would come up. Now the issue is, like the dust problem that I mentioned before, dust will sort of get in here. So we also have this thing, which is a plastic thing. I'm not entirely sure what company this is from. I found it like this in the basement. You just stick it on here, and now there's no dust going to get in there, which is pretty handy. Pretty handy. Overall, holding this thing, take this thing off. Holding this thing feels nice. It feels nice to. I don't have a regular SNES, but I can imagine just sticking it in there, holding it like this, holding it like this, holding it like this or this, or even holding it like this. It feels comfortable in your hands. It also doesn't look too strange on your shelf. It just looks like a cartridge. That unlike the Nintendo 64 cartridges, which I will get to in a later video. So yeah, anyway, this is oh, another thing that I see a lot of people don't mention is that it also, now I don't know if this is unique to this game, I only have one cartridge to show you, but on the top they also have the logo, so if you ever wanted to store it like this, then that's also an option, at least when it comes to Mario Kart. Another thing is these cartridges also come in cardboard boxes, which I do not have, sadly. But Google search would probably yield some results. That is all that I have to say about this little thing. I hope you enjoyed this video, and leave a like, I don't know.